Look, man.
Where?
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Oh, my. Bowen, look over there.
Wow, is that
culture? Yes.
my goodness.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Las Culturistas.
Ding dong, Las Culturistas calling.
Culture in the house.
Culture in the house. Well, this is the most like precious skill to me in life, which is something that you do well. I don't think I do well. Someone who can just unfurl their mind solo in front of a microphone.
Unfurl the mind are 3 words I didn't know I needed together until you just did that. Unfurl your
the mind.
Wow.
Through words, through movement. It's like certain people do like a stream of consciousness. I don't think that's what our guest does. I think there's something even more elevated where it's like it feels like it's you've been told it's like slam poetry.
I didn't know if I was supposed to be
No,
here.
come
or
on.
not.
You know what?
Hold on.
We're skipping the whole pretense.
No.
Welcome into your ears, Gabby Windey!
I was like, me being privy to this, I was like looking at the camera like, holy shit.
It
I'm
gets
like, I
weirder
can't
and
believe
weirder now
it's
that we do it on
about-
camera for people to
No.
just sit there while we do the intro.
Believe
but
you
get
me,
in.
I loved it.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm like, keep going.
But like, how do you? Okay, so this is. I think you do it better. Literally, I'm not kidding. Than anyone else who has ever lived.
This is insane.
It's
this
true.
is so crazy of you. Like, it's like not even clicking.
Don't you agree though? On
Don't
some
you
level,
agree?
long-winded. Listen to it. It's like
Oh my God, thank you.
It's poetry what you do.
Thank you. I know everyone's saying that, which like my head cannot fit in this room right now. It's like so insane. When I
Winning
first
the Traitors,
started,
long-winded
yes,
icon.
literally,
Talk more, they
I'm
say.
like, it doesn't even have to be about the Traitors. It was Bella Hadid reposting
Yes.
the Business Hours TikTok, and then now I'm skyrocketing into the stratosphere. I'm like, I cannot be stopped.
But it was bound to happen anyway. I don't think we all love to
Thank
Bella.
you.
You didn't need the
Yeah.
Bella repost.
I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe podcasts take so long to get off their feet that I'm like, damn, like, I don't actually know if this is clicking and people say they like it. Like, they're lying to my face. Cause, I'm lying to everyone else's face.
Sure.
Did you lie to our
Did you
face
lie
when
to
you
us?
came in
No,
here?
fuck no. Are you kidding?
Are you a traitor?
I'm like, no, stop. You guys are both iconic. I'm like
Oh my
literally
God.
imposter syndrome.
Don't be.
I
No,
mean-
literally don't be. What are you
you.
talking about? We're like,
No.
I'm like, I got nervous for you today.
Stop.
That you were coming.
Yeah, same. I took an Ativan last night. I woke up groggy.
No,
Not an Ativan.
Not an Ativan. No, but this.
Why is 0.25?
But okay,
Okay, well,
Times
listen.
two.
times 2. But you're like good on. You're like up on your doses because you are a medical professional,
Right, exactly.
right? Like
Yes,
you,
I
like
know.
You know all the shit.
You got it together in
Yes.
terms of MGs.
Yeah, literally via experience and experimentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, I
See,
know.
but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's the girl that will get you if you allow her to take over your life, which I
Okay.
did at one point, and then I was waking up every morning and just started sobbing. Melatonin.
Oh, really?
Melatonin.
Sure.
You have to really be careful of her.
Yeah.
Because 10 milligrams of melatonin is
No, bad.
a metric ton of depression.
Whoa, the sobbing in the morning is so real. I had
So
I
real.
had a breakdown over a coffee shop in the Maid Hotel because they wouldn't let me get on their Wi-Fi. I'm like, I spent $20 in carrot juice. I just need to get some work done. So, looking at my computer sobbing, I got recognized.
No.
Yes, but she
no.
couldn't tell because my head was down that I was going through something. She's like, I just want to like let you know I'm a huge fan. And then I slowly get up with welled eyes. This is not one Sydney Sweeney tear.
No.
Yes.
This was a full
Cascade.
face
Yes.
of. Why didn't they let you on the Wi-Fi? Because characters wasn't enough.
Because characters.
Carrot
Oh,
juice.
yeah.
Because the the
I'm like,
amazing
keep going,
character that you brought
yes.
in. No,
Yes.
why wasn't carrot juice enough to get on the Wi-Fi?
Because only hotel guests. I'm like, it's not going to
shut
cost
up.
any more money if you let me on the Wi-Fi. I swear. And they love to turn me down.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what? I'm like, actually, a Karen, I feel like doesn't get as much of a response than a victim. I'm going to cry to your
Elaborate on this.
face. I'm going to cry to your face. And
Yeah.
then maybe they would let me on the Wi-Fi. Whereas Karen is just like the wrong energy. Then they want to fight.
Yeah.
I think if I cried to them, they still wouldn't let me on the Wi-Fi, but they would have broke like the bitchy barista
100%.
character.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah.
Because of the
Character.
characters. Wait, you're so right because I don't wanna start any shit.
Started.
But
Let's go.
for
Yeah.
some reason, Brittany was like brandishing this Karen identity towards the end of the show. She was like, I'll speak to the manager. And I'm like, that's not something you brag about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally. Dolores was calling her Karen left and right. She'll say it to her face.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's Dolo.
That is so Dolo.
Yes.
And wait, one of the I almost did it as my I don't think so, honey, today, but I'm gonna do something else, which I feel more passionately about. But one of my things is like people are dogging Dolores for winning the Traitors, and I'm like, you know what? She was so faithful that even at the end, like, she earned it because people were like, we're going to end the game. And to still exist at the end of that whole experience and be like, we're good to share the money. Like, just like that lack of cutthroatness is playing the game as a faithful.
Totally.
So you can do it that way.
Yes, it is what it is, you guys. She's at the end for a reason or not a reason. We're all splitting the money. It's how it ended.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I feel like it's not that deep. Every day she would be like, please, traitor, kill me. She did not want to be there. So then I was like, bitch, are you a traitor? Because like, why don't you care?
Right.
Yes, Bob the drag queen was like, are you rich or did you need this money? I was like, because at first I was like, what do you mean rich? He's like, Bob Harper rich, lives next door to RuPaul.
Right.
And I was like,
loaded.
no, I'm here because I need the money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, this is on loan, Mew Mew. My money's still talking. We're not whispering.
No.
We're wealth whispers and I'm screaming.
Yes.
Like I
Wait,
need
title
the
of
money.
Wealth Whispers and I'm screaming.
Yes.
Poetry.
Actually, I'm like, anyone who will listen, I still haven't got my bonus money.
Oh,
I'm $7.99 in the hole from the wedding.
Oh
like,
my
please.
God.
I know.
$799.
Yeah, that's how much the wedding cost.
We'll Venmo you.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm like, now, I'm like, no, I still need it. Give it to me.
I'm gonna do it.
No, stop
That's so
it.
dumb. No, that's so kill me.
No.
Why did I just offer that? I'm sorry.
I'll give you my Venmo. It's my dog's name and his birthday. I had to change it. Yes, because
It's not your own name?
No.
Oh, why? Because
They
people
like-
were charging and sending you money. They found out.
They requested. Yeah, they're like,
God.
oh yeah.
And
Which
then it's
is like
one bad slip of a finger and you've given someone $2,000.
literally, yes.
I feel like the combination that you've experienced of Bachelor Nation being a vibe and being like, oh, a little
vibe is-
prickly,
yeah.
and you and I are fellow Denver folk.
Really?
I grew up in Aurora.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're the best thing to ever come out of Aurora.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You should actually like print that on merch.
It's a rough.
No, it is.
The rough
yeah,
town
you
of
said
Aurora.
it, not me. And I'm like, this makes sense. Why? Like, you're so funny. You're so successful.
Stop it, Gabby.
Yes.
No, but wait, you were UCCS?
Yeah, you know it.
You know
Big
it.
shout out.
And then, were
they're
you-
also asking for money, probably via Venmo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, get out of here. Yeah.
They're not calling to say they're proud of me.
No, they're like alma mater. I
Yeah,
don't care
care.
about you.
Alma mater doesn't matter.
You're the best thing to come out of
Yes.
Colorado
Print it.
Springs.
No, actually, I don't usually own it, but you said it.
Why would you?
Exactly. It's like
That's where I went to conversion therapy. Facts.
What you went to conversion
I went to
therapy?
conversion therapy in Colorado Springs. we
Holy
would drive
shit.
down the 2 hours each way each week.
Oh my God.
And it was so funny. And then my dad and I
It's
ended up
funny.
bonding that way.
okay.
It was kind of sweet.
In the
you
car
know?
Yeah,
rides.
that's
Isn't that like a
interesting.
cinematic piece?
Right.
Like bonding in the car rides, driving your son to conversion therapy there and
2
back 2 hours.
Exactly. What else is there to talk about?
Right,
You like
exactly.
converted him actually and accepting. Yes.
Yes. But like I think that is like the crucible that has forged you. Like that is why you are iconic.
Because Colorado Springs.
And Broncos and Bachelor and Dancing with the
Yes.
Stars and now Traitors.
Thank you. Everyone forgets Dancing with the Stars.
No, but you know what?
So
though?
amazing.
Can I say something? We're sitting here with someone
Yeah.
who did a tens across the board samba to live in La Vida Loca, and we've
Except-
never had that
thank you.
before.
Yes.
We've never had that in a guest.
My Botafogo.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And I winked at the camera. I had a shot of tequila for the first time in my life. My old Broncos coaches were there.
Oh my
No.
So
God.
I was like, they were talking shit about me. They were like, where were those legs when she was on the team?
Stop it.
Yes. But and then I winked at the camera. I was like two-stepping and I shot him a wink. And
You
that was,
gave it to him.
yes,
Gabby.
that's what got me my 10s.
And
Well-
it's got a scored a 40 out of 40.
40 out of 40. What was the
That's what I'm
moment
saying.
when Bublé did not give you a 10? Right?
What do you think
Me
his
talking
problem
mad
was?
shit on Michael Bublé. First of all, this is not the first, second, third, or fourth time.
No.
I will also scream it. Michael Bublé is beyond dead to me. He
Beyond.
he like literally I fucked me, looked me up and down
Sure.
on the way to my trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm for sure getting a 10 out of this
Yeah,
guy.
there's no
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Do you think he was trying to flirt by giving you a 9?
I don't know. That is not the way to flirt with me.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
do that. Yes. I like the love bomb.
Right.
I like I'm all for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that part of the courtship with Robbie?
Courtship.
Your now wife?
Yes.
Which
yeah.
came on to who? Tell us the love
was coming on to
story.
who?
You know what the thing is with love bombing is it's like it's only love bombing if you don't like it.
You're right.
That's a real culture.
Yes.
That's a real culture
number
number
75.
You know what the thing is with love bombing? It's only love bombing if you don't like it. You're right, Max.
Right. Once you decide you don't like him, then you're like, fuck you, you love bomber.
Fuck you forever.
Yes,
to be clear.
exactly.
Yes.
But if you like it, you'll get married in Vegas. And it's the love of your life.
Congratulations.
But it's
Thank
beyond
you.
love bombing now. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
She is, especially like in the last couple weeks, we've been so busy. She is I literally would not be here without her. My manager sent me the sweetest text. He's like, you are becoming so successful because of the people you surround yourself with. Like it's just a testament to literally Robbie. Like she is incredible. Not
Yeah.
one jealous bone in her body. She's like, you're my girl. A man could never. Like I've
Literally.
dated those. And just her sheer genuine joy for me. Like I check in on her every day. I'm like, are you sure this is okay? Like I do want to prioritize our relationship above all. And I know she's the same. So like love bombing or not, like lay it on me.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you calling me a love bomber?
But it's not a love bomb.
Across
No, 'cause
media
I-
outlets.
Because you want it.
Yes.
Wait, but it's interesting that you bring that up because it's like famously you went on The Bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is for anyone that really goes on The Bachelor, how genuine was that? Like, where was your head at? What was your state of mind going into The Bachelor? Is it, I'm going to find the man of my dreams and roll the dice on this? Or were you a fan of the show? What was the vibe?
I fucked, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here.
Yeah, you're like, I fucks with this.
And fucked him.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
And the whole time I was thinking it's me, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, why
Yeah.
can't I have a relationship? I was obviously dating like the wrong gender. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. I'm at the age, I've done the work. I can fall in love with this toe looking ass.
Yeah, sure.
You know, skinny jean wearing. This
Yeah.
is my guy.
So when you
Like-
get out of the car and you see him, is there something that
Yeah.
happens because you're on The Bachelor where you're like, is it something like in your brain that makes him an object of affection? Because now you look back and you're like, nah.
Totally. Have you
Yeah.
seen his dancing videos? Oh my God, they will make you run. I'm gonna send you one, and you wish you didn't have eyes.
Okay.
Like there is people who are like, did the producers manipulate you? I'm like, I manipulated myself.
Yeah.
Like you're in an environment, the competition aspect is huge. You're gaslighting
Yeah.
yourself. That's all you talk about in interviews.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, I really am in love with him. Like I can do this. Thank God I escaped that by the skin of my teeth.
I know. And then told him to fuck off at the end when he wanted to walk you out. Have you seen
Yeah.
that clip?
Yeah.
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my face full of disdain. I'm like, how did I do that?
Do you think it was that moment that secured you the Bachelorette offer? Because you kind of were just like, wow, we've never really had someone be this flavor of fuck off.
Toad, I definitely thought, but nobody else did, including the producers. I went into my interviews because they interview a lot
Yeah.
of like women for The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And I was texting my producer, who we have a really good relationship with, and I was like, I have this in the bag. Like, what do you mean they're interviewing anyone else? Like, I'm sure it's just because they have to.
Yeah.
And like, lo and behold, it was not going to be me for a long time. I'm like, what? News to me.
Yeah. Were they just going to have Rachel?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mhm.
But then, I mean, overall, can you like average out the whole experience across like the entirety of the Bachelor run? Are you like, glad I did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No regrets.
Absolutely.
And then there you go. Then
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, I would do it for the accommodations alone. First class, great champagne, penthouse. The Bachelor treated is the one show that I've been on that has treated us really like stars, like the full
Wow.
thing. Yes, like trailers, glam every day,
Wow.
great accommodations. Yeah, so leaving that, I'm like, what is this?
Right.
But I know, but it's like, whatever.
Is there, because I feel like there's little things trickling out of Traitors production where it's like, oh no, we all stay at an airport next to, like the hotel next to the airport.
I cannot confirm or deny.
And we love Peacock.
And we
just
love
want to say
Peacock.
it's all
Yes.
love. You guys are Culture Awards winners for best streaming service.
Alan Cumming, you know how
Yes.
we love you, sir.
But we know he wasn't staying in a
He
Days
wasn't
Inn.
staying in a Days Inn.
No, I may or may not supposed to be saying this, but we stayed in the castle, and I will die on that hill.
We stayed in the castle, and,
We stayed in the castle.
and basically, like, that really was you getting ready for bed, right?
Yes.
In the B-roll.
Yes, full face of makeup. They told me to jade roll and I thought they were gonna slow it down, but I was
So you
like,
didn't quit.
and I'm like, that is not how you jade roll.
My favorite thing that's ever happened in the history of the Traitors is at one point the Traitors are discussing in the second season they're murdering Larsa, and she's
Larsa's
reading a book,
book.
and she flips at least 13 pages in once. They were like, Larsa, read the book.
We're like,
And
Larsa,
she's like,
don't play.
Yeah.
Yes. We're like, get on your selfies, get on
Yeah.
your feet, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, this is not
Wow,
for pleasure.
raking the foot money.
Yes.
Good for her.
I'm a stan of Real Housewives of Miami.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you for saying that.
Thank
we
you.
think it's top 3.
Absolutely.
A couple seasons ago was
Yes.
like unbelievable. Last year was iffy, but we love Salt Lake. We love Miami.
Mhm. Glad Atlanta's back.
Glad Atlanta's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey, obviously Dolo.
Love Jersey.
Jersey,
Come on.
yes. Yeah, she was my number one. She's what got me into the franchise.
Me too.
Yes.
Literally same. She
Yeah.
reminds me of all my mom's friends. I don't know how to explain it. She's like
No.
so like down to the earth and salt of the earth. And there's something about like the loyalty thing, which I don't ascribe to kind of at all. I think if
No.
you demand loyalty, it's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
with
agree.
her, I'm like, I know it's authentic to you, and therefore
Yeah.
I will ride for you with this value.
I completely agree. You said
Yeah.
it perfectly. I am ride or die if I fuck with you, but also I'm not. But
That's
also,
different though.
I'll
Saying
turn
you're
my
ride
back.
or die is
Yeah.
not the same as like, I can't explain it.
The demanding loyalty
Yes.
you put perfectly.
Yeah, it's a
because
red
it's like
flag.
yes, so you cannot go into a relationship with expectations.
No.
because then it's not genuine. So I don't really demand loyalty. Maybe I don't know.
Because it means you're gonna do something fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm coming out here being like, I demand
Right.
loyalty from you, I'm like, okay, what's gonna be the gun to my head situation
Exactly.
that you're insinuating will be in at some point in time that I need to ride for you despite anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't love that.
Yeah, they're waiting for you to fuck up.
And that's my
Damn.
opinion about what Teresa Giudice does on New Jersey.
Oh, Dolores.
Not to wade into it, but like that's my
Yes.
one thing with Dolores is I'm like, I understand this is a core value.
Straddling the line a little too much.
But sometimes
Bless
you gotta call it
her.
the way you see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Teresa is such a liability. The fact that Dolores can stick with her, I'm like, damn girl.
Yeah.
She's loyal. I mean, I guess
Exactly.
she's right.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Were
it's her
you
thing.
when you're in the Traitors? Because I would imagine you're like you're obviously a huge fan of reality TV. Like, did you watch the gamer type shows? Like, are you a Survivor person?
No, when Boston Rob came in and everyone like shit their pants or like got wet,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Dylan.
Either or. Yeah.
Yes, and like have seen like old TikToks of him where he had like mad swag and that
Uh-huh.
accent. I had no idea. I'm
Yeah.
like, who's this backwards hat looking ass?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Like I don't care about him. But no, I didn't watch any like gamer stuff. I
Yeah.
quickly learned.
You quickly
Yeah.
learn. I don't think it held you back. Like, I mean, did it?
Clearly not.
Right?
No, yeah. I went after Tony first.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, he was so chaotic. He has such a big heart. But you have no idea what is going on in that cute little head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's got to go. So
especially because he's like, all you need to hear is he's a 2-time winner of Survivor.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, we'll get
Exactly.
him out.
yeah. And all the gamers do it to themselves because they come in being like, I want to be a traitor so bad. And
Right.
I would be the first to be recruited. So like, I'm curious how other seasons are going to go.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Right.
need a traitor season of like just gamers and just like dumb reality.
Yeah.
And then another one of
Yeah.
we'll call them normies, like non-TV folks, because now that
Yes.
UK is back, it's like, oh,
that
this is
pops off.
Pops
They
off.
love the
So,
civilians.
do you watch the international Trader seasons?
No.
You
oh,
might.
yeah, no.
You like. There's like an incredible season of Australia. I think it's Australia season 1, and then there's UK series 1 and 3, which I just finished.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have like a really different appreciation for it when you see, because there's no reality people at all. It's just like kind of normies that they cast.
Yeah.
But there's something about it when, and this speaks to you as well, when these people really need the money.
That's the thing. The stakes are not high enough for us.
Yes.
For some people, like that's why, like when Danielle at the reunion was like, I was doing anything I can for the money. I'm like, respect.
Yeah, 100%.
You swear on your grandchildren. I'm not your grandkid. I don't know what they're gonna think when you go home to them and have your first dinner. Like I'd be like, damn, grandma. but like, good for you.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I've done like, way more
It's
for
like,
less.
For less.
I'm begging you for $7.99.
Yeah.
Sending
Yeah.
it.
And he'll give it.
Please don't.
I'll supplement.
No.
I'll give a fifth
Split
of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
No,
Perfect.
no, I cannot. I'm gonna have to give it to someone who's like begging for money.
Yeah, no.
Fine.
For their college tuition.
Fine.
I'm like, I'm not Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry.
But weddings,
Like, not yet. One day.
you are the next Nikki.
You kind
No,
of are.
stop.
There's you have
for you,
queendom.
Gabby. You don't
No,
think so?
I don't. It's a lot of pressure. I'm like,
No.
now that I'm growing, I'm like, fuck you guys. You're not gonna like it here all the time. Like, I swear, I need the bar to be so low. Like,
It's
I'm
not
like,
about where the bar. It's not about a vertical level of the bar. It's about a horizontal placement because you are showing. You're literally like telling us like what your medication doses are on your pot. You know, you're being
Yeah.
real as fuck,
Mhm,
and people
thank
are
you.
loving you for it.
Yeah. Honestly, and this sounds like trite, but it's like because I wish somebody else did that. And some people do that on TikTok.
Right.
Which is why I started because
Uh-huh.
there's so much stigma still.
Yeah.
Like when I was
Yeah.
in my 20s, that's when I really needed to be medicated.
Mhm.
Well, and now I'm like, I act like I'm fixed, but it's like, no, because I'm medicated.
Which is yes, a version
Yes.
of fixing.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally. But nobody talked about it.
Right.
It was so taboo. Now I meet someone, I'm like, what meds are you on?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Because we're all on what meds are you on?
I was on Lexapro.
I just re-upped
Yeah.
my Adderall.
Yes,
Yeah.
love.
So-
Yeah.
See, and but I also like, and I had a real moment yesterday where I was like, I showed up to a place I was supposed to go and like socialize, and I realized I was too high, and I was like, wait, I didn't need to be like so stoned to be here. So now I'm like trying to make a concerted effort to actually back off the
Yeah.
self-medicating with marijuana because
Yes.
it's gotten to a point which is too much.
I did that. I went through
Yeah.
the same thing. And
Yeah.
you'll be happy because you're like, why do I have to like put myself through this?
Yeah.
It's like self-sabotage in a way.
You know what it is for me is like this just makes me nervous because of my like family history, but it's like when I start forgetting things, I'm like, pull the plug. Like,
Yes.
like don't do anything to your brain where you could like create holes in it and or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it's just what I'm on this week right now is it's like every time I even like a thought leaves my mind and it won't come back, I'm like, well, it's because I absolutely fried my brain and this is this is not my own doing. And I'm
You're
like,
like, where's the genetic testing? I know it's early
Yeah,
on.
I'm like, I have the
Alzheimer's.
gene.
Yeah, I have
it's
to eat
coming.
clean.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
become a vegan and like
Literally.
change my literal life. I start becoming
Yes.
Dylan Efron, down to earth.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't with the activities he gets into. By the way,
What do you
his
mean?
B-roll in the castle was just
Yes.
him shirtless over here, him shirtless over there,
Literally
like, hanging from
everyone-
the ceiling.
I know. I'm like the real estate of his biceps. I'm like, what about the real estate of like my nipples? Like, come on, would you like might get a nip slip and don't tell me? I want it to be out. That is intentional.
Oh my
But I'm like,
God.
come on. Like
Come
the women
on.
have to like be smart, be funny,
Right.
serve
Yep,
looks,
yep.
and be smart. And he just has to. I mean, the amount of abs he has is insane.
Right.
I feel like
it's not
like
just a six pack.
It's 16 or something.
Yeah.
it's like
That's a
it's like
lot.
a fully shredded, and he's actually so thin. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like it's not even like it's like the V, sure, but it's like beyond that. It's like a really sculpted, perfected male physique in that
Wide
regard.
chest, little waist. It's
Efron face.
Efron face.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh, I know. I'm like, come on, you guys. come on.
Was there any part of you that was like, look at him hanging from that thing?
Yeah, no, like when he got mic'd, like me and Bob the drag queen would be like,
That sucked that Bob was gone so
I know.
long.
I
So
know.
soon.
We were so close. Like in
Yeah, I
all of
can
the
tell.
like BTS that Alan posts, it's just me turning around being like looking up at him. He'd be like, get away from me. Like I'm so clingy when I like someone, so I would just like follow him around.
So cute.
And he's like, please get away from me. Which is why I was so surprised that he was a traitor. But I'm like,
Yeah.
we never talked about the game.
Yeah.
We always talked about, I was like, I don't give a fuck like who you think is a traitor. Like I just want to hang.
Right.
That honestly probably helped you though, right? For the first like at least half of it is like, you know, being an old person, making your authentic connections, and then all of a sudden it's like you snapped into a game mode when you kind of had to.
Exactly. Which you kind of knew going in, you know, everything's a social game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have to be able to pivot. That's the strategy. They're like, you had an alliance. It's like, but I knew it wasn't going to last. It's like people are going to fall off. You're going to be alone at some point.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of going to be easier because nothing's personal. But it's like, I feel like you should just understand that, right? It's just
Yeah.
like innate. It's life.
Totally. It only this season got personal within the Traitors.
Yeah,
In a way that was like, oh, this is a little ugly.
I agree.
In a way that
When you
didn't-
gagged watching that?
Insane.
Yeah.
When Carolyn in the turret, this I'll never forget, when they were like, who should we go after? Who should we go after? And she was like, Danielle. Like just the three of them.
Pointing
Yeah.
across.
I'm
the
like,
thing.
the audacity
Yeah.
like is incredible.
Yeah.
That has to be so wild to be on literally participating in a reality show, and more than half of it is happening in a place that you can't see.
see.
Yeah.
And then you really, like, I guess you didn't really understand what the show was giving until it was on.
Yeah, I knew they were taking up so much screen time. I knew there was like a subplot and a plot, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just want some, please share. Because every day when we would get like demiked, the EPs would come in, like jaw on the floor, be like, this is the best television we've ever seen. I'm like, I know it's not because of us.
Wow.
I know it's not because of the
I'm
faithfuls.
surprised they even said that.
Yeah.
Oh, they were freaking out. Almost every night they knew. And I'm like, are you lying to us at this point? But it's like, because we didn't know what was going on in the turret.
But that gasses you up in a way that makes you a little suspicious, and you're like, okay, well, something's happening
Yeah.
behind a veil that we're not privy to.
We knew they were drama the
Uh-huh.
whole time. I'm like, you guys are giving, so I need to go into my interviews. Do you guys do NAD? Or have heard of it?
What's D?
And-
Wait,
wait,
NAD.
NAD.
Oh, NAD.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
NAD, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, I
Me
love
too.
it.
Me
If you feel like you
too.
can lift a car
Yes,
after you
it's
do
No,
it.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
question the legality because I'm like, I'm here week after week. Like, I'm a fiend. This is the substance. But you
It
couldn't.
is the substance.
They gave it to
Isn't
you
it?
on set?
No, but. You didn't know where this was going.
Oh, no, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
hanging on to your every
Okay,
word.
so there's like a nasal spray. It's legal
Yes,
in
yes.
the UK. I've gotten it in the UK.
Love.
So I got the nasal spray. It's so strong. I did it on my nose before my promos. My my blood vessel blew. I had a red eye. I'm like, something's got to change. So I was squirting it in the back of my mouth. I would dope NAD before every interview, so I could be like talking shit, like
Yeah.
fuck you, Dylan Efron. Like, come on, his head's so far up my ass he can't see straight.
Oh,
After
my
he's
God.
like, oh yeah, and before the round table. Yeah.
Before the round
Oh my
tables.
God.
It helps you think.
You were doping.
I was doping. It lasts like 20 minutes, but that's
Right.
enough to get you through the beginning, which is like the most nervous you are.
When
Yeah.
when the seals are being broken on who's being spotlit this week or something. And so
Oh my God.
I always felt like your presence at round table was so measured. And I guess that's why. Are you saying that's why you were so like clear?
That and propanolol.
Uh-huh. Crossing
I was
your
like,
arms.
yeah, I was like, my heart rate's in the 40s. I'm feeling good.
Oh,
Maybe
my
38. I
God.
can think so clearly. Yeah, I was like, come for me. They're like, you should be a lawyer.
You
I'm
should
like,
be- You should
like,
be a
I'm drugged
lawyer.
up. Like, this is what anybody needs if they want to be a lawyer.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah, which everyone who's listening to this, it's not a benzo.
No.
You know, it doesn't affect it just makes you think clearly. So there
Okay.
is still a skill. I am
Yes.
not attributing all of this.
No,
to,
no, no.
I haven't had NAD in 10 days.
You know what? Like,
Okay.
I will.
Come on, come
Well,
on. Give
I
me
mean, the
some
stuff
credit.
is good. I'm telling
Yes.
you. Like,
No, I've had it through the IV.
the liquid
Yes.
IV.
Yes, yes.
So there's an option you can do, which is like exclusively NAD plus, and it literally takes about. It took me about 2 hours to get through the bag.
It's brutal.
You lay there and you feel like there's like 1,000,000 pounds on you. I'm telling you, when you get up, this is the only time I've really understood. You know when they say like a new mom can lift a car for
Yeah,
babies
yeah,
under
yeah.
a car?
Yeah.
By the way, a scenario that I'm like, who came up with that? Like, why was a
Yeah.
baby under a car?
I'm like, that's me on prednisone.
Yeah, like, literally.
Yes.
But like,
I'm
you
like,
do the
after a
NAD
baby.
plus, you are mother.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But my question about the round table is how long does it take
Hours.
Is it actually that long?
Hours. Like maybe we don't have like time at all, but it's, I would say pushing 2 hours, maybe 2.5, 3.
Wow.
So when
Yeah.
it seems like someone is voting for something really random, like let's just say a lot of Dolores's votes,
Yeah.
it wasn't that they were like necessarily super random, because I would imagine the person that she's written down has gotten time at that round table.
Not the case for Dolores, but the case for everybody else that you may see voting randomly. Like all the times Dylan voted for me, we were going head to head.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
And they cut all that.
All of it.
Wow.
I ate him alive, which is probably why they did.
Oh, they wanted
But-
him to be the golden boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we really went head. I'm like, come on. Like Danielle was not my only good round table.
Sure.
I had a bunch.
You did eat that round
Please.
table
You
up.
did.
Yes, every production would text us every week being like, how'd you like the episode? I'm like, where am I?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
you're in it, Gabby. Like, you're doing
Remember
okay.
that you did win?
Yes, people on social media love you. And I'm like, more. It can never
More.
be enough.
Where am I?
What did you say to Dylan? What got cut? Can you reveal?
Like, do you remember? You probably don't. In the teaser at the beginning of the season before it started, I was like, watch your cocky attitude because it's going to get you in trouble.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yes, he was accusing me because he had just gotten Bob the drag queen out with the help of Boston Rob.
Right.
It's like a lot of it is some like whatever intuition strategy, but a lot of it is luck.
Yeah.
People are like the
Sure.
game plays itself,
Yep.
which I really believe. But yeah, I pulled all the cards. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're coming after me because my personality, because you never met a woman like me.
Oh, period, actually.
I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
You're like, this is a little bit of
Probably.
NAT plus and a little bit of honesty.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a little bit
I'm
of
like,
everything.
this can exist. It doesn't mean I'm a traitor manipulator because my tits and my ass are out.
Uh-huh.
That is the definition of misogyny.
There you go.
Literally.
Oh, I
Like,
wish you would
I'm
given him a lesson.
Literally. And he's so sweet.
I know, he's
You know,
literally-
he's just an easy scapegoat because whenever I talk to Dylan, it's all of the men.
Right.
Yeah,
You
yes.
know what I mean?
You are a stand-in.
Yes. Yeah.
Dylan does kind of accomplish so much. He is like, he can be the hero. There was a moment when he was going after Bob, the drag queen, in a way that I was like, no, don't go after Bob, where I started to see him as a villain. But then
Yeah.
he would become this easy stand-in for like all the males on the cast. Like he's so flexible as a character on this show.
Yes.
In a way that is good, I think.
Totally. There was no question ever that he wasn't a faithful, and he really does his brain because he loves those game shows. He really is strategy. I'm like, how do you think that many steps ahead? And a lot of times he was right.
He was so right.
Yeah.
And I like even like down at the end with the whole Britney thing, when Danielle had something nice to say to everybody except Britney, I'm just like, that is so perceptive.
I
Yes,
thought that
that was
fucked up of her
good.
Yes.
because it was literally
Yeah.
giving Britney away. I was like, in a way, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't,
totally.
I don't know what they say. And I'm also not one of those people who's like dunking on Danielle constantly because I think she's gotten a lot of abuse and I really don't think it's fair.
not cool.
Same.
But my thing with that was I was just like, like you kind of did give away that it's her because in insinuating that she betrayed you,
Right.
the only way she could be in that position is if she had knowledge that she then betrayed.
right.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that was
Yes.
it tipped it a little far for me.
Yeah, the whole thing, once the recruit or like suspected recruit happened, we're like, there goes Brittany. There was just no other option really. She should have went for like Dylan or something
Yeah.
because then it would have been a little more confusing, but it was just like too obvious. And then Brittany changed. Like when Dylan was like, Brittany's acting now, I'm like, damn, I'm not giving you enough credit, Dylan. I'm like, why do you have to say that? But it's
true,
real.
though.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
real. Like, I wonder, would you do like an all-star season?
I know. I'm like, it's too early to say because I haven't got my money yet.
I can't believe you haven't gotten the money
Literally,
yet.
once I get it pre-tax, come on my account, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't
Yeah.
hit the UK taxes and then the US like a bonus. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Part of it was like the most fun show I've done to watch back.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yes, and it's just like it's pretty innocent. There's
Yeah.
not
Totally.
a lot, but filming was way more stressful than it led on. But I think doing it the second time around, you have more experience.
I mean, you are like getting hung out of like a helicopter by the end, which is crazy.
Oh my God, I freaked out. I'm like, you're not letting me say goodbye to my family.
Right.
You are liable. I know Dylan's gonna cut this rope. Like at any second he gets, I was literally buckled in by one buckle. I'm like, is
No?
there any other buckles? They're like, no. I'm not going anywhere. At least give me like some kind of a psychological safety because
Yeah.
it was a huge buckle. They know what they're doing. They're like, we promise it's safe. I'm like, by concept, this
Yeah.
is not safe in
Yeah.
any stretch of the imagination. I will not recommend it to anybody. I'm like, I have a fully formed frontal lobe.
Right.
And
Yeah.
amygdala. So your fear center.
check.
So I'm like, you're just not getting me. I
Totally.
came back and Brittany and Dolores were like, how was it? I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
I was surprised Dolores went up there,
Me
to be honest with
too.
you.
same, and Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah, riddled with fear.
Wait, there was also that part where it was like when Dolores was partnered with Godlover, Chriselle, with the bugs.
Yeah.
And like Chriselle pulled out right away. I was watching it being like, Dolo, you would have lasted 2 more minutes. I know you from
Yeah.
watching you for
Of
years
course.
on that show. I think
Yeah.
this partnership was not built to last the bug challenge.
Right.
No, she was like, I picked the wrong partner. I'm like, I beg to differ. I think you picked the
You're
right
the right
partner.
one for both of
You
you.
guys
Yes.
were out of there quick.
Wait, who was your partner again?
Carolyn.
And you guys made it through.
Yeah, we did. I was like,
So
Carolyn,
impressed.
I'm so ready to go whenever you are. I just don't want it to be my fault.
Yeah.
I don't want anything. And she was like, let's keep going. I'm like, fuck. But it was kind of like, it was a big moment. People were like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, same. Fuck those maggots.
Yeah,
Truly.
100%.
Perverts in my tits.
Yeah, they
Like,
really were
everywhere.
sticking in there.
Everywhere.
Yes.
What
yeah.
about Carolyn? Like, were you as gooped as everyone when she ultimately was a traitor? Did you ever think that before it was happening?
No, only that day. It was like after the chessboard challenge where she was kind of giving away too much and other people brought it to me. I'm like, oh, damn, I could see it. Because it was same as Bob the Drag Queen. We just didn't talk about the game.
Yeah.
And she didn't manipulate or try and lie to anyone. She was just like, what do you think? What do you think? So I never thought anything of it. I didn't totally think she was a faithful. I'm like, I'll figure this out later. But like,
Yeah.
I'm sharing her vape. Like, we're
Yeah.
having a good time.
Oh, you could have the vape?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
You're not allowed to share it, but I was puffing. I'm like, come on,
In the
NAD
castle?
puff. Yes. This is my cocktail. Go fucking crazy at the round table. Yes.
I am obsessed.
No notes on
Yes.
the way you prepare.
Wow.
No, yeah.
And an
It
iconic
was-
turn. So yeah, I mean, well done. Congratulations. I think it's time to ask Gabby the
Thank you.
question.
Absolutely,
Oh,
100%. So this is when we ask, what was the culture that made you say culture was for you?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm curious to see girls.
Yes.
Come on.
Here we
right?
go.
Yes.
You know what's crazy about it? It got it right in the moment as it was airing, and as
Yeah.
you watch it now, looking back, I mean, we were like
It's-
New Yorkers at that era, like that relatively a little bit younger than close to their age. It is aging like a fine wine.
Yep.
I agree. I totally agree. And when you rewatch it, you like understand how you've changed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's so good. I'm like, fuck, Jess is a pick me.
Whoa.
But like,
Yeah.
yes, when I watched it the first
Totally.
time, I wanted to be her because I'm a pick me. I mean, there's no character that you don't hate.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, yes, but it's like you love him and you hate him. Marnie,
Yeah. That
a
was
work
me.
of art.
Work of art.
Yes,
That was
it's- and-
unfortunately me, and it's really. And I remember you remember when Mike Spence had on your door? It was a sign that when you would leave Bowen's apartment, there was a sign that said "Don't be Marnie."
Don't be Marnie. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Oh my God, there was a sign in my apartment.
I'll never forget it.
Because you're like, that's me, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I
It could
literally.
be all of us, but the thing is,
It
that
could.
could be all of us.
Yes.
That was what was so
Yeah.
genius about those 4 characters. It was like it called back to Sex and the City in a way where it was like you could watch the show and see yourself in all of them, but this was like the alty, like Brooklyn, like nouveau version of what that show was. It was like, yet again, we've done it. These are like more explicitly unsavory people, and what they
Yes.
do is like worse and spoke
Yeah.
to the time a little bit more,
Of-
but it was
yes.
a perfect sequel to that show.
I
Were you? I
agree.
think, and this is a compliment because I think she's the least unlikable one.
Yeah.
I think you're a full shosh.
I love Shosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She's kind of kooky crazy.
But she was just so smart.
Yeah.
In the end.
Totally. But she comes off as kind of dumb.
But like, but the episode where they go to the North Fork Hamptons house or whatever, and like Shosh is just on one because she's drunk,
Yes.
and she's just like tearing into all of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
sometimes you need to.
Sometimes
I'm so
you need
sick of
to.
all of you.
Yes.
So sick of
yeah.
all of you.
It
Yeah.
makes you stronger
Yeah,
as a
she-
relationship. You know,
yes.
the
She
bond.
She actually was the most mature because she was the one
Yeah.
who she actually, if you watch it again from the beginning, she's the most open. She's like so thirsty for like
Yes.
Jess's approval and like to be involved in
Yes.
those girls. And she was kind of like side character-y there for a little, like definitely number 4 on the call sheet. And then by the end, she was the first one to be like, I don't want to be friends with you guys. I don't like you guys. You haven't been
Yes.
good for me. You all need to grow up like I am. So ultimately, she was the character who was able to mature the fastest.
Yes. No, I agree. And I can relate to that character always. The one that's like wanting to fit in so bad. Cause like when you don't fit into a friend group or they're like not giving you attention, like it hurts so bad to be that girl, but we all have.
Yeah.
You know, even on Housewives. When I feel like sometimes they
Uh-huh.
pull in new housewives and you can tell who was like that Angie from Salt Lake
Angie.
City.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I relate and doing it and letting it all hang out and doing it so confidently.
And now she's
And
blossomed.
exactly. And now people understand her. I think she's so funny.
Yep.
Like she seems like she's a really good time.
She came on our podcast. She's the only.
Oh, yeah,
she's
I
the only
saw.
one that's been on the show. And we kind of like don't ask a lot of housewives because we like this to be a space where we can kind of rip the piss out of them.
Yeah.
But with her, we were just like, let's go.
Let's
it's our
go.
last episode of 2024. It's Angie K.
I love it. Yes.
It's a
I'm waiting
movement,
for
not
the
a moment.
perfect housewife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Rinna wants to come on. And I'm like,
She's coming on our show. We
she
believe.
is.
She'll be
Yeah.
fun. She'll be. I think you should have her on.
Okay.
Not to
This
put
is what I
pressure on
need.
you,
No,
but-
I need the pressure.
You two together
Yes.
is
Fire.
really interesting.
No. Interesting.
No, I'm saying like
No.
compelling. Like I need to hear this conversation.
The same. Yes, I love her. And she's iconic.
The thing
Yes.
is
I'm
that
like, yes, I'm going to
that.
say something controversial.
Say.
And this sucks. Like Robbie and I talk about it all the time. It's like her daughters. How do you feel that you're never going to be as iconic as your mother?
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know what's funny?
They listen.
The
Yeah.
second she got off Housewives,
Yeah.
she then like hit the fashion circuit harder than
Yeah.
either of them. Like it's a moment.
She's an icon. She's working with the sickest photographers.
Yep.
She does the most editorial. She's timeless. She shows the fuck up
Yep.
at Marc Jacobs.
Yeah.
Wait, were
Yeah.
you at that show too?
No, I've never been to a show. That's why I'm wearing Miu Miu
You're
because I'm
no.
desperate.
You look great.
Thank you.
And that's a really, really good color.
Really
Thank
good on
you.
you.
Yes, I'm waiting for a nip slip still.
Okay.
A tiny bit. They're sort of
It's like,
there.
how far is she gonna go?
It is.
No, this one definitely is.
It's
And it's white and see-through.
your abundance of nipple.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry, Donnie. I'm like, I am gonna like Blake Lively at some point. Like,
Wait, did
did she have an
nip
iconic
slip?
nip slip?
no, where she's just like, I'm sexually harassed. But she's the one.
That's a
who's-
Blake Lively.
Yeah, but she's the one who's doing it. I'm like, oh my God, my poor podcast editor, where I'm like, you can name this one like clit burnt off, like masturbating for money. I'm like, no comments, please, just do it.
To go back to this idea that you could be a Nicki Minaj for a new generation.
Thank
It's
you.
like-
It's happening.
like
There's an
really
embrace
too
in
high
the-
of praise.
no, it's like Gabby. It's like people are like
Coming from
clamoring.
you is insane.
No.
Like, yes, if I didn't have my Ativan last night, my propanol, I'd be having a panic attack. But I'm fully charged, baby.
With that.
Honestly, I will say
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about carrying around NAD, but now I'm really excited about thinking about it.
Get the nasal.
The nasal?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Don't do it in your nose because you'll bloodshot your eyes. Do it in your mouth.
In your mouth. Okay.
Spray in the mouth.
Yes.
Nasal spray in the mouth?
Yeah.
Do you think
It's to
maybe
do
you
the same
just
thing.
you breathed in too hard?
I think it's just like it is. I think just a strong kind of abrasive because you see
Yeah.
how NAD fucks you up.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You know,
crazy.
when you're getting it. So it's just too much for the little nose.
What happens is I don't even have it put in the bag anymore. They do an injection.
Oh
Same.
shit.
Yeah.
We're on the same
Yeah,
thing.
I get it right here.
Yeah.
And then,
So-
how-
and
and then how
sometimes they're
long
like,
does it take?
do you want it in your butt or do you want it in
Yeah.
the arm? And I'm always like, I don't know. I asked you to come to my home to give me this. Is just me and you. I don't want to like drop trowel. Like
right.
even I have
Yeah.
boundaries at times
Same.
with this medical professional.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. I'll do the arm sometimes. It's like there's really no saying.
But when they come to your house, like, because like, occasionally
Yes,
I'll treat
scary.
myself and like I'll get an IV at my house.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I had one nurse that came over to my house and she had just gone through a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, they're in your house for like 45 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour. So
Mhm.
I ended up like being a real shoulder to cry on for this traveling IV nurse. And she
Yes.
was like really going through it. And then I had her again
Aw.
3 months later and she
Yeah.
was still having a hard
Oh,
time.
girl, we got to get over it.
And I was like,
yeah, girl, you need some NAD and
That's-
some dick.
that's when love bombing goes wrong.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, she
This
wants
nurse
the
had
love
been
bomb.
love bombed.
Damn.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'm so sad. And then she cried in my apartment.
But for her, I think she probably was, for lack of a better word, triggered when she came back to your apartment 3 months later.
You know what? Maybe.
Maybe. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, when you and Robbie go back to Vegas now, like, is it going to be like, it's going to be a happy place? It's always going to be a happy place for you guys.
Yes, we're not Vegas people. Like, we don't like to gamble. Like, they have good shopping, but so does LA. And we're in New York a lot. But now we're like, we have to go here once a year.
I mean,
yes. And
as
we
a
want to
Vegas
go.
person, that might go to 2 or 3 times. You'll start to really like it.
We love the nostalgia. We went to the Hamptons once at the beginning of our relationship for our first time, both of our first times. She grew up in New York, but like obviously never went to the Hamptons. She grew up with 9 siblings, and her mom was just like, fuck no.
Yeah.
So we went, now we're like, we have to go every year. We went last summer for a wedding, a chic wedding.
Yeah.
So we have to go. So it's like Vegas and the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Those
every year.
are the regular places. I'm slowly becoming a Vegas person.
Are you?
Because I hadn't been back for like 12 years, and then I went back to see Shania Twain and Mariah Carey.
We had the best of
I
that.
want to see Mariah Carey's been on your pod.
Yes.
She's my all-time, on road trips.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Same
I
here.
love her. She gets me through.
Yes.
She literally sat exactly where you sat, and we couldn't even like it. But that was what I would say.
You can take it. Where's the NAD?
Where is the NAD? Yeah, literally. Yeah.
No,
in the
but
back
like-
of the throat.
And
That was one of the times where
uvula.
Yes.
I don't do that anymore.
No, only with NAD.
Yeah. Where's the why?
Is that a relief to no longer have to suck dick
Oh my
ever
God.
again?
I never did it in the first place.
Yeah,
Let's
good.
be honest.
Classy.
They'd ask, and they'd be like, If you have to ask, obviously I don't have to do it. Now you go down on me and shut the fuck
Yes.
up.
Yeah. Oh God,
Yeah.
how
Perfect.
empowering.
Yes. Yeah.
Ugh.
That should have been the first clue, but it takes you a while.
Yeah.
No, you're being fed all these signals from the world that like you should love this.
Yes.
And it's like, well, why?
That's what it is. It's really society. And I grew up in Colorado, like in the Midwest. There was just like no gay girls, rarely even gay
Truly.
dudes. Yeah.
So was there
Truly.
like something in your brain? Like, I guess what I'm asking is, did you consciously know this to be true and buried it? Or was it something that like actually was an awakening at some point after you went through things?
I think more of an awakening. I don't ever try and bury anything, but that's probably like my conscious versus subconscious thinking.
Totally.
But it's like I just hadn't seen an example. Even still now, we don't see a lot of lesbians.
Right.
Yes, like not on TV, not on anything. So it's like I wanted to be happy, I wanted to be in love, and I thought that I was going to be with a man. But it's like I didn't want kids, so I'd pray every night that like I know there's a God if I ended up with a man that didn't want kids. But it's like such a blessing. And at the end, I think it just all happened at the right time.
Yeah.
Like I would go to bed, and you know how you have kind of like subconscious thoughts right before bed?
Right.
I'd be like, what if I'm gay? What if I tell my family I'm gay?
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen? So I think, and I was like such good friends with a lesbian, like the coolest lesbian, only one I've ever met as a nurse. So I think there's probably a big emotional attraction, but I just didn't know it.
Totally.
Like the whole unit was like, are they dating? And I'd like, I would never take it personal. I'd be like, you know, I'm like, that's so funny. But like she didn't push, which was so
Right.
nice. She'd never like hit on me, came on to me. We just had like the best
An
friendship.
emotional, yeah.
Yes, and that's how I think Robbie and I are. Like people are like, oh, to be a fly on the wall. Normally I'm like, it's gonna be boring as fuck. But like with her and I, it's like I think it would actually be fun to be a fly on the wall.
Of course it would. Everyone's rooting for you guys.
Thank you.
Truly, I hope you feel that.
I do. She's just the best. She is who she is as you see her, like on camera, in the public, and at home. She's so naturally just herself.
Wait, oh my God, you
Like-
know what I'm remembering right now? You were at our friend Greta's New Year's Eve party.
Yes.
And oh
Were
my
you guys
God,
there?
we,
No.
we weren't, but I was supposed to go, and I remember like later she was like, "Oh my God, Robbie brought Gabby," and I was like, "Oh my God, that would have been such a New Year's vibe."
Yes.
Us with our NAD and champagne.
Literally. Yeah.
Oh my
pack
God.
and NAD. Yes. Sharing. Squirt.
Squirt, back of the throat.
And that's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
too when you can have a partner that like has like cool, interesting friends
Oh,
too. It's like
totally.
you know, it's sometimes it's hard when you're dating someone and you look a little bit past it and you're like, oh, would I want to hang out with them
these
in the
people.
community that they belong to?
Yeah.
But that's like a really cool thing you found.
She has the coolest community. She's just like the coolest. She's an industry darling. Like everyone we hang out with
Yeah.
is like pretty prominent. I'm like, babe, I don't know if I can. What am I gonna say?
No, they're probably
I get
obsessed with
such-
you.
Oh my God. I can't. It's like just something I can't wrap my head around. But she's always like wanting to double with like EPs of like networks. I'm like, babe, go fuck yourself. But it's like I load up on propanol on NAD. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
But you can lift the emotional car.
But
Yes.
but Gabby, you're at a point now where it's like, I mean, people at work, like everyone at SNL is like, oh my God, like Gabby Windey, like what a fucking legend. Like everyone
God.
is like, it's just like you're very easy to adore.
Thank you.
You know what
It
I
means
mean?
the world. Yes.
But just on
thank
like a
you.
mass scale, it's like every within offices, it's just like, oh my gosh, like Robbie Hoffman came the other week and like was Gabby with her? Oh no, I like it's just you figure into the conversation in that way organically.
Oh my God, thank you. You have no idea what it's doing for my confidence. I have crazy imposter syndrome and pretty much before medication, just like zero confidence.
It's hard to
It's depression.
It's hard to, I think, especially when you're someone who's like, obviously very aware of pop culture. Like, you know what I mean? You knew what it is you were walking into, and then all of a sudden, I can imagine that it would be really fucking crazy to be in the car at the Bachelor and they're riding you up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm doing this thing that a lot of people are going to be
picking apart,
watching, picking apart, scrutinizing, talking about, and you've probably seen all different sides of it because like you've probably been at any given point like the hero, the villain, the neutral person, the person who doesn't feel they're on camera enough, etc. Like in positions where you're in a position of tension on live television, etc. Like the 3 shows that you've done and then like everything surrounding it, it's such a wide variety of experiences that how can you feel possibly comfortable when it's always changing?
Yeah.
Outside of it being high profile.
Yeah, so true. I feel like I'm definitely at a different stage right now.
Yeah.
Like at first after Bachelorette, I think I like kind of realized how niche it was and how Bachelor Nation was and like stuff like that. And it's not more forgiving. It's way less forgiving, but it's less serious. People just like don't take it as serious. So we were doing press. We went on Kimmel. We did all that stuff with Anthony Anderson. It was again the D Squad, but it's like it's like him and Willie Guys, who's like I heard a joy.
Willie Guys is a joy.
He's
We love
literally
Willie.
the greatest. He's the greatest. But when you go on Kelly Clarkson, you want
Kelly Clarkson.
To provide context,
understand.
they went on Kelly Clarkson as the winner of the Traitors, and the host was Willie Guys. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you pull up to the Kelly Clarkson show, you do want Kelly Clarkson's joyful superstar ass to walk out there and say y'all, etc.
But Willie is king, of course. But
love
this
Willie.
is where we're coming from.
Exactly.
Beautiful
Robbie was
eyes
like,
on
who?
him.
Yeah, she was like, who is this guy? I'm like, this guy. She's like, adore him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. But like, was beyond stoked for Kelly Clarkson.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
But we did GMA, we did all that for The Bachelor. And it felt a little easier this time around. I feel like there's a lot more pressure. Because like more, especially since Traitors is an industry show.
Sure.
I'm like, damn, there's really eyes.
Yeah.
So
It's getting
like
Emmys, it's getting,
yeah, like I have to show the fuck up. But so I hope I get more comfortable. I think I will. But yeah, it's like a different kind of fandom, it feels, which is amazing, but also like scary. Because when too many people like you, it's like the loyalty thing. It's like, fuck, what's going to happen if I have a bad take? I tried out a bad take last night at dinner with like my new agent and my manager.
What was the? Can you try it out on us?
I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were,
I tried out a bad take.
I tried it out. It was like we were talking conspiracy theories. And I'm like, well, yeah, you guys, like now I'm a this. And the room fell silent. And I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I did not love that reaction. I'm going to backtrack. This wasn't what I was expecting. They're like, no, that's a bad, don't say that in public.
Okay,
They're like, no, that's a bad take. I'm like, you know what? You got to try.
You got to try.
I got to see. Thank God I tried it out with you instead of like on the pod, but I was this close.
Fine.
I was next episode, I was going to do it. So like, thank God.
Pulling the trigger.
But this is the thing with the shows you've been on. It's an industry show with Traitors, but like your people who respond to you will then find their way to something that is completely in your own voice, which is long-winded, which is going to be the podcast. And then they're getting to know the full, real version of yourself. I kind of feel that way about SNL being like a portal into this. You know what I mean? So like it's all good. But it's crazy making though to like be in that open, exposed sort of plan and just be like, okay, I'm getting. It feels like you're getting slings and arrows from all sides.
Yes. Yeah.
Who among the 4 girls would come out if the show were still on?
As gay.
As gay.
Yeah, who's gay?
Probably Hannah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like she always kind of read as bisexual, or I feel like Marnie because she's so repressed.
Right.
Yeah, Marnie.
Yeah.
I don't think Marnie. Well, the joyful thing about Marnie is she's like will never change.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing that I loved most about the end of the show. Was I was like, Marnie is that girl that we all know from our 20s that's just never gonna change.
Yeah.
Maybe she never had a chance. Maybe she's in denial. But she is definitely that girl who at least is trying out girls because like it becomes a thing that she's curious about.
Yeah, because she's doing her research. She's a Taurus.
Yeah.
I feel she's gonna like, or maybe what is the other one that I'm forgetting?
Aries.
No, a Virgo.
Yeah.
The other
Taurus and Virgo, they speak to one another.
Yes, like the Earth sign, they have a list and they're checking it twice, and they want to make sure that everything is like perfect and that they've done their research.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you?
Twinsies.
Pisces, Scorpio.
Oh my God.
That's why we did that.
Yes, Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yes.
Pisces,
yeah. Pisces, man, I feel like they get like, is the jury out?
No, I love it. We love a Pisces.
I think so too.
got a lot of Pisces.
I do like a Pisces. I feel like they're just themselves and emotional.
Yeah.
Well, we are. I would
Yeah.
go ahead and call myself a little high maintenance.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yes.
I need a lot from the people that are in my life, but I think that they love me for it. and
But
it's
you're
worth it.
lovable.
Yeah,
yes.
I try.
Yes, yes.
But I also know I understand how I can be.
Yeah, well, at least you're in on it.
Yeah. It took a long time.
Yes.
But what are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh,
Yes.
Capricorn.
Me, Boston Rob, Carolyn, Dolo, and Sierra. Can you believe?
5 Capricorns on this cast.
And Capricorns are like rare.
I love Sierra. Did so dirty.
I
did.
love
I love
Sierra.
Sierra.
Me too.
She's so
Yeah.
hot.
She's so
Gorgeous.
fucking hot.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Her eyes, like everything.
Like I would. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean,
Yes.
it's that kind of thing where it's just like it pushes the boundaries of like homosexuality. It's like that we
Yeah.
might be able to cross over.
Oh,
But then again, my
Yeah.
thing with ever trying it with women is it's like I just respect them too much. I don't
I
want them to have
know.
a bad time.
Me too.
So don't ever try to have sex with me because I can't promise a good time. Guys
Right.
out there, I can make sure we have fun.
Yeah.
Girls, it's like do your
You
thing,
deserve-
be
like-
free.
That's so sweet.
Even
That's
when
the
I was
best
in high
take
school,
ever.
and gay guys that were closeted were like, yeah, I'm gonna hook up with a girl just because. Like our gay friends that are like, I used to hook up with girls. I'm like,
Yeah.
even when I was like really wanting to fit in and wanting the approval of my straight friends, I just could never put another like a girl in my high school
Right.
in that position like
Wow.
ever because I was
Yes.
just like, I just don't feel comfortable flopping.
Oh my God. That is, yes. I like how it's still self-interest at the end of the day.
Ultimately,
'Cause
it's
that
like I
makes
don't want
more
to flop,
sense.
but also
Yeah.
I don't want you to have a bad time. Like that would
Right.
humiliate me.
Is
Right.
that the Pisces man in you?
I guess
Definitely.
Yeah, right?
I'd have to look it up. I'd have to really get into it. But I'm also
you on
triple
Reddit.
water.
What does this mean? Is this Pisces when you
Is
will
it Pisces
not
when
fuck
you're
a girl
gay in high school?
because-
Don't fuck girl
Yes.
because ultimately
want them-
self-interested, but
Yeah.
you also don't want them to have a bad time. You'd rather be friends. 10.
And AI's like, yes. Stop.
Or AI's like, what?
AI's like, I'm learning from you.
Not
We're
trained
filling
in
in
this
blanks.
yet.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Robbie?
She's a Sagittarius.
Oh,
She's a double
fun.
Sag and a Libra.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
She's amazing.
Right.
She's the life of the party, effortlessly
She
funny,
definitely
obviously.
is. Yeah. No,
Yes.
it's time for Robbie to come on.
Oh,
Robbie.
you guys gotta have her
Yeah,
on.
no,
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd burn the world.
She's so cultured.
Yeah.
She is.
She introduces me to like a ton of culture.
Ah.
She's amazing.
What's a thing that Robbie brought to you that you're now obsessed with?
Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, she's helped me. It's like she has introduced me to culture, but I do have taste.
Yeah.
I gotta give myself
Uh-huh.
some credit. She
Uh-huh.
has amazing taste too. But like art, I never really appreciated art before. Definitely designer vintage. Ruined my life. Now, like obviously I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
She's such a good shopper. Movies.
Yeah.
Her mom was really cultured and like only just put on amazing movies, like
Wow.
well directed, like just appreciated that. I love to read. So like books, she's telling me all of her mom's favorite books and like American classics. I'm like Joan Didion. I did
Yeah.
Catcher in the Rye, love Sylvia Plath. Like I've just never read them before. I
Wow.
could take or leave Catcher in the Rye for sure. What's that guy's
He
name?
always annoyed me.
JD Salinger.
Yeah, he's a pervert. Then we watched the documentary and I'm like, okay, well, don't love this, but obviously love the women writers.
Did you see the Joan Didion documentary?
Yeah.
The Center Will Not Hold.
I'm no, but now
Really
I'm
good.
obsessed.
Very
She
good.
is such a good writer.
All right, it might be time for I Don't Think So,
I
Honey.
think it's time.
So we've reached the point in the show
Mm-hmm.
where we take 60 seconds each to absolutely destroy, pummel, and make feel bad something in culture that deserves all those things. I feel like I may have done some variation of this before, but I don't know what it was about the YouTube wormhole I was in earlier, but I need to say it again.
Yeah.
I don't think I've taken this angle. So
I don't
here
think you
we
have.
go.
You were vetting this with me earlier. This is
Yeah.
Matt Rogers. I don't think so, honey. His time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. Not enough brutal deaths to villains in children's films. I'm talking about Disney anymore. If I have to watch one more movie where the villain is yourself, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Kids need to fear death, and they need to understand the brutal reality and consequences of your villainous behavior. Please pull up, I'm sure on streaming, Disney Plus, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Look at what happens to Frollo. The man, Claude Frollo. Frollo.
30 seconds.
He falls off a gargoyle and goes into lava. Half these villains died in lava. Miss Mama from Princess and the Frog gets dragged to hell deservedly for his villainous behavior
15
in
seconds.
The Princess and the Frog. Ursula stabbed to death in the middle of the ocean. We can only imagine she sank to the bottom. and don't even talk to me about Scar, who was ripped apart by the hyenas, and I was made better as a result because I have fear and I know consequence. I don't think so, honey. These flop-ass new Disney movies and the flop ways in which villains don't even exist.
And that's 1 minute.
That was amazing.
Thank you, because I'm just saying, like, it's like, and also, don't get clever with me. Don't get cute with me.
No.
Yeah.
Frozen, where it's like a secret villain who, like, what? Who even cared? What even happened to him? Did he die?
In 2?
In 1.
No,
2, I don't even acknowledge his culture.
1, he gets like kicked out of the kingdom. It does nothing
It's like,
bad
oh
happens
yeah,
to
how
him.
brutal.
Exactly. I'm like, I could barely keep up, but yes.
Yeah. I just want, well, all I'm saying is it's like, if you're trying to protect kids,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
I agree.
Look,
Yes.
we need more like reality, and we need more violent reality in Disney
They're
films.
'Cause what are
supposed to
they-
be exposed to like pathogens. You know what I mean?
Totally. To build up their immune system.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
I
vaccine
agree.
being watching a man burn to death because he was mean to the princess.
Yes. And
Don't
he
do
deserves
that.
to die. Yeah.
I know you're with me.
Literally. Yes.
Okay, so there we go. Think about that one. Chew on that. Bowen Yang, do you have an I don't think so, honey, on today?
I do.
That's perfect and glorious. This is Bowen Yang's I don't think so, honey. His time starts now.
I don't think so, honey. Wireless, cordless, Bluetooth, anything. We've reached the critical mass of things. I don't need to be waving my mouse from across the damn room of the computer screen anymore. Look at that. Look at that right there. Can we get camera coverage of the mouse with the cord? That is anchored to something. I know it's gonna work. I don't have to switch a switch on and off and then wave it around to wake it up and then have the Bluetooth connection
30 seconds.
to know that it will work. I need the cords to be an insurance policy in their own right, so that therefore I don't have to go into my settings and click into Bluetooth and click into connect or disconnect and
15
reestablish the
seconds.
connection. We have put up with too much for the sake of what? Convenience of decluttering of our hatred of
5
wires
seconds.
and strings and connection? No, bring it back. We are abandon AirPod, embrace tradition, go back to the corded earpods of yore.
And that's 1 minute. And also, there's no one better at hiding cords than him.
Well, that's what I'm like. I don't know if I can get behind this because the hatred of the cords is so real.
Yeah.
So
That's only if you have so many of them. You
Yeah.
just edit the cords that you must have in the house.
well, first of all, that was amazing. You sold me. I want cords everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm like, come on.
Well,
Come
here's the
on.
thing. Like, if I think you were the one that taught me about the thing you put on the wall to put the cords in them.
Yes,
What is it?
cord
What is it even?
management.
Cord management.
Cord
Or
Like,
what is
management.
it?
I've got little bins like next to the outlets, and then you just put like your power strip, your surge protector in that. Have all of the cords sort of hide within that little box, and it looks like you don't have cords in the house.
Yeah.
Incredible. And it does work better.
It does.
Because literally there's no question as to what could be going wrong. It's like, oh, it's not plugged in, or I like need a new cord. With the wireless of it all, it could be anything.
A million things.
It's an amorphous
Literally.
problem that changes.
Why am I not connecting? Why?
Yes.
Yes.
and
the
you feel,
both.
you feel
Frustrated.
crazy.
Literally, I'm like, is it me? Do I have to take this into the? There's no tech shop that'll come in and troubleshoot any kind of tech equipment.
No.
Like, what about my Bose? What about my JBL pill?
Yeah.
What
What
happened? I
about-
cannot charge it anymore. Where do I take this? I know it's not broken.
Yeah.
But you're shit out of luck if
Lit-
it's done.
Literally.
Also,
So chords, we're back on chords.
back.
no,
on chords.
and for this to be coming from you too, someone that I believe embraces technology and progression, I think if there's one thing about Bowen Yang, it's that he embraces technology and progression and moving forward because you always have the newest stuff.
Yeah,
You're
but-
gadget king.
I think I'm like hairpin turning now because it's just like, oh, this is not necessarily a good thing for me or the world. You
When
know
it
what I
all
mean?
burns down, what then? My
Right.
thing is like, if the wireless were to go down, which we could get into the conspiracy theories, but like,
Is this our bad
it's
take? Like we should all just like be preppers. You know what I mean?
No, totally. I 100% agree.
Like I want to be able to live
AI?
off the grid
Yeah,
completely.
absolutely. I'm getting dual citizenship to Canada because Robbie.
oh my God,
I know.
that's amazing.
Yes, we're fleeing. The weather's terrible. I'd rather go to Florida,
Yeah,
which like
but-
should be its
I
own
know.
country,
But you know,
but it's not. The people there are its own demo.
Yeah, it's true.
You know.
there's like a map overlay all around North America of like the most climate safe place in North America is like
Mhm.
Toronto, basically.
Yeah, I believe.
Like that part of Canada, like Midwest Canada.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Don't they also
Yes.
say though, like if you are nervous about things, go to Denver?
That is crazy. I feel like that's where you go to have a midlife crisis.
But like,
that's
I
where
think they're
people
saying
are
'cause
going
it's-
to Denver. Be scared.
It's like
Go
high
check on
altitude
them.
and extremely liberal state.
Yes.
High altitude. I could do a 1 minute thing on this. High altitude is bad for your health.
Okay.
Yes.
But do you want to do a thing on that, or do you want to do a thing on
No,
something
I
else?
have a
We'll say-
different thing.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a perfect segue. Okay. All right.
Yes.
We're gonna put 1 minute on the clock.
What's the intro?
I don't think so, honey.
blank.
okay.
blank.
Okay.
All right. This is Gabby Windey's I Don't Think So, Honey. Your time
I gotta
starts.
close my eyes like you.
She's closing her eyes. Her time
Okay.
starts now.
I don't think so, honey. The yes girl. What are we doing? No, I am a no bitch.
Yes.
Do you want to go to ABBA night at Akbar on Saturday? No, bitch. I'm sorry. I
Too
like
crowded.
Meryl Streep. Yes, I just cannot get into the musical theater. I'm so
No,
sorry.
that's
Okay, I love. Okay, ABBA. I
Wicked.
don't know if I can get into their music. I love their history. I love incestual, how incestual they are.
Yes.
But I'm not going to leave the house on a Saturday. No, because what
30
about an opportunity? I want an opportunity to get REM sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to meet the love of my life, even though I did meet Robbie on an opportunity night out. Use your critical thinking.
Yes.
I've stayed in for so long. What do you mean a yes girl? We've been gaslit again and again and again. What am I going to do? Fly to Thailand? I'm scared. It's going to get lost in the
5
ocean.
seconds.
I have no budget. I'm staying in hostels for 3 weeks and jet lagged.
No.
And that's
1
1 minute.
No, bitch.
That's no bitch.
Yeah.
100%. Also, the thing about Akbar, and this is a roller coaster, you can't sleep there. It's roller coaster number 30. The thing about Akbar, you can't sleep there. Can't get good
Opportunity
REM.
nights.
Yes. No to opportunity nights.
But no, but the real opportunity night is getting REM sleep.
Yes, exactly. So you can be your full self.
Yes.
What am I? No, these tequila sodas are not getting me anywhere, especially at Akbar. It's largely gay men. There's no opportunity waiting for me, guarantee you. Not when I make my own.
Right.
It's not-
Exactly.
yes.
What
Yes,
was the
bitch to
opportunity night
yourself.
that you met Robbie? What was the opportunity
Well,
night?
and that's where I think like critical thinking is, unless you want to, unless you don't want to be a yes girl, you know, when it's
Yeah.
like, just say yes. Why?
Why?
Why? If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to make myself do something I don't want to do. But at this point, I was a new lesbian and I wanted to scissor.
Yes.
So I didn't have to be a yes girl.
Right.
I was just like, yeah, it was my idea.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I think
Mhm.
Shonda Rhimes wrote a whole damn book about being a yes girl.
Year of
and
yes.
it kind of ruined it for a lot of people.
The self-help part of our culture is like how it's been pushed on us is awful. If you find yourself in the self-help aisle, get yourself a psychiatrist, Lamictal 200 mg. Like
that is
we-
that at
MG
200 MG
queen.
seems high.
It is. I had to I had to up and up and up and up.
Yeah, you don't need to literally question whether or not this is healthy because, again, as
Yeah.
a medical professional.
Literally,
Yeah.
yes. And I go to a psychiatrist and
Yeah.
she's actually very like timid, conservative with me.
Wait, so you've talked about this on the pod.
Yeah, she's the best. I always show up on our FaceTimes and I'm like, I upped it again. I didn't get this passed by you, but I full disclosure. And I've been getting Xanax from Mexico.
Uh-huh.
So either you prescribe me
Or I'm gonna
I'm
go back to
still-
Mexico.
Exactly.
Right.
And she's like, fuck.
This girl knows the ins and outs.
Yes.
She's an opportunity bitch.
Yeah.
A no bitch, an opportunity bitch. No, wait, no, I'm with you. I'm a no bitch.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, like we have different interests and we should be able, I'm like so scared of telling my friends, like, I'm not interested in ABBA. Like,
Right.
come on.
But you just told me that, and I took it great.
But you're not asking me to go.
Right,
Like,
right.
with the intention of me saying yes. If you knew I was going to say no, it'd be different. Like, but because then I could freely, but now I'm like, fuck, I still have to walk on eggshells, but I can't anymore.
You can't.
I love Akbar for the people that it's for, which are people in their 20s. Like honestly, gay guys in their 20s, queer people in their 20s, like rock out at Akbar. For me, it's just like it does get a little too crowded. And that's, I will fully call out myself, me progressively becoming a no bitch as I get older, but I need to go to the spaces that are a little bit more airier, your high tops, lows fearless. Like if you're gonna see me out, you'll see me there just because I can like breathe and like
high tops, lows fearless is roomy. It's nice.
I can spin in a circle if I so desire.
This is the second time I've heard of it. I've never been.
You'd
be a huge success there.
People, you would get mobbed, but
okay, yeah. I love that, honestly.
Okay, good. Go. Then go.
Yeah, I'm like, picture.
You'd be a massive success at high tops, lows fearless, and this they can use this clip for social.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow.
We approve this message.
Yes.
And buy Gabby a free get Gabby a free drink if she ever stops.
But
by.
not a tequila soda.
Not a tequila soda.
Not a light organic orange. No sulfates, please.
Yum.
Light organic orange.
No hangover. It's easy to metabolize.
Oh, orange wine really is the one.
Yeah, it's an LA thing. Everywhere I go, like even in New York, I'm like, this is so LA of me. Do you have a natural wine? And they're like, fuck no. I'm like, perfect. I'll go fuck myself.
Is your favorite restaurant Great White?
I love Great White.
Why do you act like it's a drag?
I like Great White.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You basic bitches.
No.
Oh my God. The one on Melrose.
Great
No,
White
I go
can
to the
use
one on
this.
Larchmont. Thank you very much. Like the true queen.
No,
I
love
the true Marnie.
Larchmont. Yes.
Marnie is literally a hostess at Larchmont.
That you're on your with your
tote.
tote. You're at Great White, and then you're gonna go to the farmer's market.
That sounds like a lovely day.
Yeah, lovely day.
No,
Go
I
to
love
Sam's
Larchmont.
Bagels to be bad.
Yes, and the newsstand.
The newsstand.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Huge
You go there,
newsstand.
you can people watch there. It's good stuff.
Totally.
And then they have the green juice at what's it called?
Go Get 'em Tiger? No.
No. What's it called? Oh God, come on. Press Juicery.
Press Juicery.
I fucks with the Press Juicery.
Yes.
I am Marnie.
You are, and
Oh my
loud and
God.
proud.
Yeah, no, since they won.
What is that karaoke that she did
Stronger?
at the birthday party? Was it, or it was Hannah's something? Was it? Am I getting it wrong?
Wait, yes.
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
Oh my
it
God!
was-
It was Kanye West.
Yes,
Stronger.
yes.
Oh, Stronger.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So one of the
But-
most iconic moments in television.
Oh my
She
God!
really-
It's amazing.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm doing the girls rewatch. I keep telling myself this once every other month, but it's
Oh,
it's
you
happening.
did? I did it 2 years ago when like everyone was doing it, but I would honestly do it again. It's so good.
That pilot though, flawlessly
Yeah.
written. The first scene,
I'm a growing girl.
Hannah's first line, "I'm a growing girl."
Mhm.
For her first scene to be her stuffing her face in front of her parents, to the last scene of the finale where she is getting latched onto by her child.
Yeah.
It's such a perfect.
It's incredible. I mean, and she was so young, writer, director, star.
Yeah.
I know the jury's out, but that was
We
amazing.
love
Lena.
Lena.
We
Okay,
love
We
Lena.
love
okay,
Lena.
okay.
I honestly
Yeah.
think Lena got a bad rap because XYZ like think piece here, but like I mean, obviously a lot of it was like, you know, her being messy, but like isn't that what we
Yeah.
loved
Yes.
about the characters that
we're
she was
still
creating?
talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like we'll never forget about it. It will
Nope.
never. It's always going to be relevant.
Yep.
Like in her, just like genius, how talented she is,
Yeah.
and like a way to portray it in such a real way. Like she just let her nepo hang out right
really
in the
did.
All
beginning
of
of the
them.
scene.
Totally.
Yes, I'm like, this is so real for like people this age. Like, Dad, I need a hundo. I cannot eat.
Literally.
Weren't her parents in one of those places in New York that's like they was given a discount because they were artists?
I think
Oh.
They
so,
it's like
or
something, yeah, it's called something where they
Yeah.
were like true artists, so they were able to get some kind of a discount on their rent.
As
which
they
I feel
should.
exactly, which like only New York would support
Yeah.
Right.
that's what we need.
And only America would stigmatize.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, so
Oh,
true.
dang.
Here we are,
Here we
red,
are.
white, and blur.
Red,
White, and blur.
Yeah.
Listen along
That's
with
actually that's a rule of culture number 40.
Here we are, red, white, and blur. You're a
was
fucking
so good.
legend. You better
Thank
remember
you.
that.
You are, both of you.
You have to come back to the show.
Please.
Yeah.
No, would literally love. I would do this.
You must.
Like
You must.
anytime.
You
yeah.
must. This was so fun.
Housewives, I love to talk about.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
We barely
Yeah.
scratched the surface.
We
Yeah.
didn't even itch it.
Atlanta's back. I
No.
gotta catch up.
I've never watched Atlanta. Should
should.
I?
It's
so
so
fun.
worth
Okay.
it.
Okay,
like,
good.
And also the way they've rebooted it, like now Shamia is the star, and I think it like suits her. These words mean nothing to you, but they will.
No, yes, I'm hanging on.
Yeah.
What season should I start with?
One
Okay, yeah.
One
is Nene. I mean, Nene Leakes and Sheree
Oh,
and Kim
yes.
Zolciak. Like you really
Yes.
kind of can't do better.
Yeah.
It needs to be a linear experience. But I started with, was it 6? Was who said that? 6?
No, that's 8
New
or
York-
9.
8 or 9.
There was a season that Nene wasn't on, which was like
Explosive.
It was the first ever 4-part reunion because
Oh
of
my
something
God.
happens in the reunion that is so crazy, actually involving Traitor Phaedra Parks, that I think got her the Traitors was
Yes.
the way she acted on this season of Atlanta.
Wow.
So this actually relates to you.
And I heard Phaedra was maybe going to be dropped, or was she? And then
She's
now
now
she's
back.
back.
She's now back.
Exactly.
Because it didn't
Yes.
work out on Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
Oh?
yeah.
But Long-Winded is the pod, Traitors is the show.
Please.
So I guess a little bit late to do a spoiler. Gabby does win, but a very fun watch nonetheless. I mean, this has been so fun.
So fun. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This is huge.
Oh my God.
Everyone was like, oh my God.
No,
Oh my
this is major for us.
And we end every episode with a song. Ooh, you can dance, you can dive, having the time of your life. It's Akbar. Ooh, see that girl we love, Abba. Watch that scene, digging the dancing queen.
Say my love, Abba.
Bye.
Las Culturistas is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeartRadio podcasts.
Created and hosted by Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang. Executive produced by Anna Hosnier and Hans Sani.
Produced by Becca Ramos. Edited and mixed by Doug Babe and Monique Laborde.
And our music is by Henry Kaburski.